Hey everybody. Today we're taking a quick look at the latest patch for Warhammer End Times Vermintide. This patch was released on October 30th, 2015, so that will properly date this video. But what we're looking at here is the current state of the bots in the game. Um, this is a game that I've actually been wanting to do some content for pretty much since I first started playing the beta a couple of weeks ago, but there have been numerous problems with it throughout the course of the beta and the course of the post-release launch week that have kind of caused me to hesitate in terms of covering the game and recommending it sort of wholeheartedly the way that I would like to. And one of the biggest issues with the game up to this point has been these bots and how they function and or don't function when playing the game solo. So what I've decided to do here is with this latest patch, I'm cautiously optimistic that the bots may actually be behaving as intended and in a reasonable manner now. But what I wanted to do was run through a level or possibly two with the bots on normal difficulty and just kind of observe their behavior and see how they're faring uh, relative to how they have in the past and what I would expect them to be able to do to support you playing the game as a single player. So I am currently playing as the Bright Mage,
Fireball waiting for the next rat that shows its muzzle.
and as you can see here, we've got the elf, the dwarf, and the soldier being controlled by the bots. So that's good. They seem to be announcing things. That's a good sign. So notice that the bot there opened that door kind of on his own without me doing it. Now because we are playing on normal difficulty, I already have a healing drought, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm going to bounce out here and let's get into some
My
combat and
robes will
see how they
probably be
handle things.
ruined.
Okay, it's kind of a bummer that that rat even got to me, but whatever. Let's move on.
I found a bomb!
Alright, I've been pounced. They rescued me. That's good. I don't think we've actually killed the assassin yet.
Kill all you can! There's poison on the way! Where the
Oh,
One less stinking gas rat!
Let's move into the shadows.
Maybe is to kill us as it dies.
Get in! I'm sure of it!
okay, so they seem to handle that pretty well. That's a good sign. Let's go ahead and move on. They seem to be following. Wow.
Truly hope my
Beat me
last
to the
time in
punch
the
on that one.
sewers were my last. Ribbing, Rumblefoot.
Actually, let's go back here and check this side room real quick.
Found a potion. Ammunition. Take all you can.
Take that. Yeah, we'll take that bomb.
Seems to be no way through here.
Enjoy this calm, Dory. It won't last.
Look, blessings of Shalia. This amber reeks of desperation. Thank you. That joy to watch.
I'll use my shield. You use your weapons. This is the door, Alex.
Quickly, Gornson's been grabbed. Oh, I hope it heals better than it tastes.
Alright, so that was a pretty big deal there, that the bot actually healed itself, which was a problem before, where they weren't drinking potions when they needed to, so that's encouraging.
Saltzpyre seems to have a special interest in the Ratmen.
Thought he was a loon at first. Well, still do.
You're not alone, Sergeant.
Looks like the bots decided to trigger the event. Good on them, I guess. Oh my, rat ogre. I've not seen one of those in this level before. That was unexpected. Oh baby. Not my friend. That thing is not my friend. Gotta try to get that headshot. Oh, got taken out. So let's see how these bots handle this. Of course, one of them should be helping me at this point. Doesn't appear to actually be happening though. Yep. Nope, they're still pretty incompetent. That was kind of cool, knowing that the rat ogre can come in this level now. That is definitely a new thing. So what I would have wanted out of that situation, I guess, would have been when I went down for one of the available bots to actually prioritize helping me. I know there was for sure at least one of them up when I went down, other than the dwarf. Now, the dwarf I understand it not coming to help me because the rat ogre was kind of pummeling it at that point, but I feel like, I don't know, unless I was misreading what was happening there, it seemed like there was at least one bot that was free there that should have been able to come help me when I was down. But For the sake of being thorough, let's go ahead and try to run that one more time and see if we can do any better.
Got some smugglers bringing in supplies, food, gunpowder. All
I was
this stuff.
honestly just really
They dare
surprised by
move
the
through
ogre, so
city
that kind of
proper,
threw me
and
off
I
my
can't say
game.
I blame 'em. So we're going to steal a trick from
And
the
it kind of
slavers.
caused me to lose track of
We're
what was going on with
going
the
underground
bots,
to clear them
honestly.
a
So
path through the
let's go ahead and
sewers.
run that one more time and see if we can do any better. And I can try to pay a little more attention to what's going on and not be so caught off guard if the ogre does show its face again.
So now we're like the doormen of the sewers. I think I'd prefer the trial.
And I guess I have seen the ogre on this level before, I just have never seen it in that particular spot before. I guess that's the real difference, now that I think about it.
This is no life for a daughter of Lauren.
Grumbling isn't getting the job done, is it? Let's go to it.
I found a bomb! Your clumsiness has a certain charm.
Skaven guns.
Okay, so here's a good test, right? So they've gotten they've clued in on that rattling gunner,
Enough, have you?
and now they're probably gonna want to deal with it. Even though I go over this way, they're gonna continue to remain obsessed with that gunner. So what I'm gonna have to do is come over this way.
The gunner wants me dead!
Kill that. Kill it, bots. Kill it. Kill the thing. Bots. Hey, bots. Hey, bots. Hey, bots. Oh, man. Oh, now I'm hooked. Let's see. Are they going to let me get eaten? They still haven't killed the gunner, by the way. Are they going to try to save me? I'm in a spot where they should be able to reach without getting hit by the gunner, and yet they clearly stand over there hiding from the gunner, not actively trying to get it, not one of them going and distracting it and the other one going and killing it, and I sit here getting eaten because none of them bothers to come and do anything about it. And that, in a nutshell, is what is wrong with the bots in this game. And I feel pretty confident now, having shown both of those examples, that that pretty thoroughly illustrates what the issue with the bots in the game is. So I'm going to just let that footage speak for itself. Hopefully the devs can take a look at it and glean something from it, maybe get some insight into what's going wrong with the bot behavior. But honestly, it's really frustrating for me because I would very much like to be able to recommend this game to people because I think overall it's a really fantastic game. But until this bot stuff gets fixed properly, I just can't do it. So hopefully at some point in the future there will be a patch to the game that will address this, and I'll be able to wholeheartedly recommend the game to you guys. For now, what I would say is if you have at least two other people to play the game with, you can probably get by with one bot if you kind of babysit it and take care of it and kind of help guide it through the levels. Ideally, if you can have a group of 4 people playing this game, that's where you're going to have the most fun with it, and that's where it really shines. Although I will say, there, even in a 4-player context, there are some bugs and issues with this game that really need to be addressed, specifically with regard to the special rat enemies. You have things like the hook rats being able to drag people into weird parts of levels where their teammates can't rescue them or hook them through walls and other geometry. You also have the same problem with the machine gunner enemies being able to sometimes shoot through walls and hit people when they don't have line of sight on them. Those kind of issues are annoying, but they're not quite as deal breaking as the issues with the bots. So again, like I said before, I would very much love to be able to recommend this game to you. I think overall, like, this game does 95% right and 5% wrong. It's just that the 5% wrong is super annoying and kind of a deal breaker if you're trying to play the game with anything less than a full group of four human players. And even if you have a group of four people playing, there are still enough little technical issues that I can't quite recommend the game as it currently stands. But hopefully that will change in the future, and because I would very much like to be able to recommend this game when it is working properly and you have a full group and everything is like firing on all cylinders and functioning as intended. This is a fantastic game, but until these technical issues get worked out, I think I can only recommend it under very specific circumstances, those being that you are willing to put up with the various things that I just mentioned previously. So, hopefully this will not be the last time you see this game on my channel. Hopefully these issues will get addressed and I'll be able to do some proper coverage of it later. But until then, um, this is Vermintide as it currently stands, and fire. Fire good. Fire good.